Hey everybody, it's Luke Bishop reporting for week number 7 for advanced GPS navigation. And at this point, it says to talk about a component of a GPS system failing, the situation we had and what we did. Now I fly the Phenom 100 and 300, and that's the G1000 and the G3000 Prodigy. And essentially it's just like the Skyhawk one with just a few more things in the MFD and another PFD. That said, it tells you when everything's wrong and sort of, well, with the QRH, it tells you exactly what to do, and it makes life fairly easy when things like that happen. Probably my worst situation, or could have been more dangerous situation, was when I was flying it was my first real jet that I was flying. It was a Citation II in 1981, and it technically had a little Garmin 430 in it, but I swear it was programmed, the smart turn and all of the specs of it had to have been programmed out of the 182 that it came out of, because it would count down 3, 2, 1 turn, because we were going 3 times the speed of that. So, it was really inaccurate, and we'd always way overfly our waypoints on arrivals and stars, something that we had to worry about, and we just use heading mode to sync up to it. That being said, probably the worst situation that happened was the radar was pretty terrible. I was descending into a bunch of thunderstorms, and then it was icing up high. And as I was descending down, we noticed it was, again, just the Garmin 430, as well as then just 2 HSIs with 2 ADCs in the Citation II. Well, I noticed that my heading was doing one of these numbers, and the guy next to me, his wasn't. We didn't have a standby instrument, or we did, but it was completely useless. And so basically we ruled into the fact that our ADS1 or ADC1 had failed, and therefore our entire left side was gone. And so I handed it over to the right side guy. And one of those things that was kind of scary about it was that we were chasing that heading slowly over time. And, we were out, running radar, which was archaic. And, we need another 20 degrees left, another 20 degrees left, another 20 degrees left. And, we're chasing this heading around, and we finally, as we were cross-checking and building up ice and all those fun things, realized that we just had an ADC fail. And that was kind of a big deal at the time, especially it was my first time really realizing that, while things do malfunction in a bigger airplane, even though that safety and that sense of security kind of makes you feel good, really wasn't a big deal. Switched the controls over to the guy flying on the right side, and I had ForeFlight at the time with a little Stratus to help add some situational awareness with the ForeFlight. And so it was nice. We had a backup with everything. But it was just something that could have been bad and could have ended in another way. But just as John and Martha instructed us, having that scan is just so important. Another component of the GPS that I had fail more recently and more applicable was with the G1000 Prodigy flight deck. And that was, we had a total AHAR system failure 3 times. It was right over Nevada going, we were told it was a government thing, and every single airplane was coming on the center saying that they had an AHARS failure. Well, we had AHARS 1 and 2 fail for give or take, it was like 30 seconds or so. But of course it kicks off autopilot yaw damp, and then it gives you all this huge list of CAS messages. And basically, just like anything, we just disconnected the autopilot or canceled it, and that way the oral warning wasn't continuing to shout at us. Kept the wings level, fly the airplane. We had our standby horizon, so we just kept a level, a couple degrees nose up, and then they all came back. And we found out that the government said, okay, there's an AHARS outage actually over this area for quite a bit of time, and basically ATC just factored everybody around it for that. I've also had a couple of failures. I've had with the G1000, it's pretty redundant, and everything feeds off of everything else. So if one thing fails, a lot of things fail. But I have had everything. It says, both on ADC1 and ADC2 failed, or both on GPS1 because GPS2 failed. And of course, like everything else, you turn it off and turn it back on, and it works again. In those situations, I think what was just paramount was just, fly the airplane, and just like they instruct us to do, and keep a good scan, and to never fully trust everything. Take that instrumentation and run with it, but certainly use it as situational awareness, not your only source of primary navigation. That being said, I've been very lucky in my career, knock on wood, so far, and I'm looking forward to how everything continues to advance as we go along, and hopefully those failures will be mitigated, if not identified extremely easily, and we all have easily walk awayable situations. Till the next time, you guys have a good week.